Jungians say the anima is a personification of all feminine psychological tendencies, such as vague feelings and moods, prophetic hunches, receptiveness to the irrational, capacity for personal love, feelings of nature, and last but not least, his relation to the unconscious. The anima and animus are complicated ideas with Jung that can be a bit outdated, but I want to dive into them because I think there's some points that are worth discussing here. So let's hop in today on circle theory. So if you enjoyed this video, you like this content, first of all, thanks for checking it out. You can subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, do all that below. Follow us on Twitter, it helps a lot. But let's hop in. Like I said, there are some problems with this, and I acknowledge that hopping in. But let's start by seeing what they actually say. It is no more chance than in old time priestesses like the Greek Sibyl were used to fathom the divine will and to make a connection with the gods. A particularly good example of how the anima is experienced as an inner figure in a man's psyche is found in the medicine men and prophets amongst the Eskimo and other Arctic tribes. Some of these even wear women's clothes or have breasts depicted on their garments in order to manifest their inner feminine side, the side that enables them to connect with the ghost land, what we call the unconscious, which we discussed in another video. Regardless, so the idea here is that the anima, they describe it as feminine, but really it's just a collection of essences, right? For them, this is the connection of nature. This is the part of us that is a host's instinct, the dream, the unconscious, passion, and energy. And I don't necessarily like ascribing gender to these like they do, but I do think that there's some value in understanding the part of ourself that is connected to that natural side. And I think this is actually something that can be used in an interesting way to describe some of the fluidity that we see in gender expression, as a higher connection to one of these psychological elements may suggest some of that. Way too complicated for me to fully explain and understand it, but I think it's an interesting thread that could be pulled for any who want to. So let's continue. He says, only the painful but essentially simple decision to take one's fantasies and feelings seriously can at this stage prevent a complete stagnation of the inner process of individuation. Because only in this way can a man discover what this figure means as an inner reality. Thus the anima becomes again what she originally was the woman within, who conveys vital messages to the self. We talk about some of this in the duality of man in our Campbell video on the dreaming unconscious, but regardless, this is what we're suggesting here is really that rejection of reason from last week. The idea that we need more than a pure hyper-rational perspective, but a connection to our inner dream of the myths and symbols within ourselves to gain a full understanding of our reality. They continue to say, still another personification of the self appears in a report of a woman's so-called active imagination. Active imagination is a certain way of meditating imaginatively, by which one may deliberately enter into contact with the unconscious and make a conscious connection with the psychic phenomena. This is an important discovery of Jung, right? This idea of through a meditation actively engage with our unconscious. In a sense, it's comparable to Eastern forms of meditation, such as techniques of Zen Buddhism and yoga, but it's fundamentally different in that the mediators were completely devoid of any conscious goal or program. Right? So what we're suggesting here is that the anima becomes the key. It is the bridge between worlds in this context. And I think that's at least a value. We need a term for that. A concept between the threshold guardian of where we are able to enter into the self and actively go and engage. And so we can go and face the shadow. So that we can go and enter and engage with these. And what I do think that they are correct here is that threshold guardian. It's a threshold for emotionality, for introspection, it's for feeling, right? I mean, there's a reason why when you want to feel the music, you need to relax and, and chill out and feel it. If you want to enter into the meaning, into the realm, this is where that happens. And this is for Rollo May. It's the relief from rational process that in relaxation our dreams can come to us and we can experience them fully. So I hope you enjoyed today. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, follow us on Twitter, all that stuff, right? I mean, it helps. It really does. So thank you for being a part of, and I hope to catch you next time here on Circle Theory.
I'm a type of motherfucker that'll check the check through the math.